by keeping the currency low, China can sell the products that it manufactures for less than they're worth. And that makes it hard for American companies to sell goods at a price high enough to pay wages to their workers. Well, it's a problem, but somewhere in there is an opportunity. Stephen Lieb is the chairman of Lieb Capital Management. He's the author of Red Alert, How China's Growing Prosperity Threatens the American Way of Life. So that's the threat, right? The threat is that there are a bunch of things that China's doing that make it hard to compete with them.
Well, yes, and also, Ali, there's also the threat that, all this infrastructure spending that you referred to is using up tremendous amounts of resources. And you referred to 350 million. There's another 300 million people they want to push into urban areas. And there's over $1 trillion they want to spend on a smart grid. Another major infrastructure project, probably $1 trillion on water. When all is told, over the next 7 years, China may spend $3 or $4 trillion on new energy, new infrastructure. That's a warlike spending effort just to get their economy into a modern way and just to sort of lay the groundwork for the 21st century.
Which we talk about even here. They're doing it in very big numbers. Now, what does this mean as an opportunity? How does my viewer take advantage of all this growth in China? Because when you listen to the presidential debates, all you hear about China is it's bad and it's a threat. There's got to be some way to make money off of this.
Well, sure. Where there's danger, there's always opportunity. I mean, I think longer term, commodities are definitely going to benefit from this growth.
Because all of these Chinese are going to prosper, and they eat more, and they need to build more.
Exactly. I mean, building a smart grid is going to take massive amounts of copper and other materials. Getting all these people into the cities is going to take massive amounts of steel and iron ore. I mean, basically...
And they're eating more food. They're becoming more prosperous, so they're taking in more calories.
Just recently, their most recent GDP report was, in line with target, 7.4%, I believe. But you saw a boost in consumption.
Yes.
I mean, the Chinese are really managing their economy very well.
7.4% compared to 1.3% in the United States, just to give you a perspective. Let's talk about the stock market. The Shanghai stock market is not doing well at all. You have to be careful when you're thinking about investing in China through stocks.
Right. I have to use your word, barometer. It's not a barometer. In our country, the stock market is a barometer, more or less, for the economy. In China, not really at all. I mean, the solar industry, for example, they'll support their solar companies even though they may be bankrupt. They don't care that they're bankrupt as long as they learn how to manufacture as cheap as possible. So, if you're investing in China, buy commodities, buy the ETFs that are underlined by particular commodities like JJC for copper, GLD for gold, etc. I think that's the best way to go.
ETFs can be bought just like a stock with those tickers.